Alright, so that should show up here, but it doesn't. It is showing up here this time. It didn't last night. Interesting. And, okay, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Yay, YouTube, you can do it. I knew you could do it. I knew you had it in you. Hi, guys. Me again. Let me move my mic up into a more amenable position. Hey, Nod Knox. You're first. New character, Ebon Threnody. Felt like creating something new. So here we are. And here they are. I now have a gravity shield. And you don't. Well, at the same time, they brought in the Warshade and Peacebringer. And, yeah, the Widow and the Soldier on the villain side. So, first things first, as is tradition, experience boosters. And let's see, prestige powers. We want a few of these. We want Sands of Mew. Let's see, I don't think I can get the origin bonus one. Well, we'll just get the 2 regular flavors. I now have more attacks than I had a minute ago. And we also want one of the travel skills. No. What was it? Went back to the Moo Lady, having a bovine time with it. Regen at level 20 is really fun. Yeah, it is nice once it sort of kicks in. And you have less need to pay a whole bunch of attention to a whole bunch of stuff. Prestige enhancements? No, we don't want those. We got the attacks, just for fun. Travel, is it utility? Buff powers? Inner inspiration, we want that one. Any chance I ever played Final Fantasy XI? Sirloin of Beef has asked me. And I have responded with a note, sir. I have never played Final Fantasy XI. Because I've never played Final Fantasy XI. Alright, I'm missing... Not in the just for fun. Travel, jump, prestige sprints. No matter then, have a good one. Prestige sprints? No. Where is it? Maybe I can't use the ninja run on this character? I don't know. Anyway, we'll make do with what we've got then. Let me actually go into the powers and grab the extra powers I just grabbed myself. This one can go there. And for now, having more powers to use is a good thing, initially. Certainly. Okay. Ninja Run is in the movement powers. I thought I was looking at that. Show me your wares. Not a prestige sprint. Temporary? No, it's not the... No, it's not one of the temporaries. It's not a revoke. I don't want to revoke things. Not recipes. Prestige powers. Yeah, I checked in travel, and did I miss it? Jump pack, steam jump, beast run. I did miss it. I missed it. Okay, I missed it. Thank you. Powers, powers, powers. We have so many different runs now. I have the runs. Wait, that didn't come out right. Oh, wait, that doubly didn't come out right. Hold on a sec. Got something jammed in very back of my molars. Which is worse for me than it is for most people, because on the positive side, my wisdom teeth came in perfectly straight and I've never had any problem with them. On the negative side, that means I've got extra teeth at the back of my mouth a lot of people don't have. So if something gets jammed in there way at the back, it's way in the back. Contact, Shadow Star. Wow, that's a bit pretentious. Somebody's an emo lord. Of course, on the other hand, I went with Ebon Threnody, so maybe there's a couple of us who are a little bit overwrought. When a Nictus leaves behind that dark path, the universe itself sings with joy. I greet you, Ebon Threnody, on the first day of your new life. Are you feeling dizzy? Disoriented? That's to be expected. The first true merger is difficult both for the host and the Chaldean. Now that you've experienced a true merger, that's what you are now. By accepting an equal merger instead of a hostile possession, you are a Nictus no more. I will not ask you what you did in times before when you were of the Nictus. Now that you've turned from that path, a new life is before you. A new life awaits on the off-world colonies. A chance to begin again in a golden land of opportunity and adventure. Name that movie. I'll wait. It's Blade Runner. A life where you merge with a willing partner instead of possessing an unwilling victim. A life where you can do great good and protect people of this world instead of preying on them. I am called Shadow Star, and I help our people who have turned away from the path of the Nictus. I pay close attention to many things and should be able to find much for you to do. I know you're eager to begin your new life, so let's set you on your new path. Start on the path of the Warshade. Playing Warshade a lot lately. I have a Warshade and a Peacebringer on my main server. One of them is reasonably high level. I mean, for me, 20. The other one's like 6 or 8, so I'm not sure which was which. Since you've only recently joined us as a Warshade, this presents us with the unique opportunities. The Council has recently changed their encryption codes, making their communications unreadable without supreme effort. However, I know of 2 bases where parts of their cipher are being kept. Since you're new to our ranks, it's unlikely that the Council knows much about you, and so you may be able to recover the codes before they even know you're after them and can erase them. You'll also need to defeat the commander of both bases in order to keep this secret. Okay. They've got work for me. I will, as is tradition, adjust the level. Well, who needs to wait for a travel power? Caves. It's always freaking caves. This time it's the Council. At least it's a base. Not the actual caves like the Circle of Thorns or the regular goobers. So right now I have a Shadow Bolt and then a bunch of prestige powers. And that's it. But I can also give myself some inspirations. Like that. Is that one of the big ones? Resurgence? I have to check. Unable to get there from this current location. Okay, we'll check when we get out then. I have to find the encryption cipher. Sorry. Oh, I missed. I didn't miss that time, though, did I? Did I? Nebula Adjutant. Freaking Nazis. And that's level 2. I'm an alien species that used to forcibly impose my will upon humans to use them as hosts. I've given that up. But even if I was still one of them, even I wouldn't want to put up with Nazis. Even Nictus don't like Nazis. Found a way to make a Warshade on Rogue and Villain. Well, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, certainly you can always change. Well, yes, but he's mentally ill, Kanye, so I don't think he completely counts. No encryption cipher here. We must go deeper. Oh, that's not good. Extras. That's much better, though. A little assistance there, for sure. A timely level up, I must say. Hey, you stayed up there. I admire your discipline. If not necessarily your smirts. Got him. Good evening, Heart of Fire. Is there supposed to be a giant green ghost ship roaming about in Independence Port? That is an event, I think. I mean, my brain is telling me, yeah, that was an event that occurred in IP. Yeah, like as I said earlier, I've got one in sort of a medium level, like 20-ish, on my main server, but I can't remember if it's a Warshade or a Find the encryption cipher. Well, I don't hear a thrumming, so it shouldn't be in here. A Warshade or a Peacebringer. We can always come back here if we have to. Hopefully we won't have to. So yeah, I've got like one at 20 and the other one at like 6 or 8, but I don't know which is which. Oh, this is not funny. Something's behind one of those doors. Maybe not. I guess they're just considered doors because they're hostile. They're red because they're hostile because I can hit them. Okay, but the bad guy and the thing I need are on the map. All right, that's fine then. Hi, Lieutenant. Here. Take a whole bunch of my fists. And I hear the thrumming of the cipher. It's an Enigma machine. That's history, guys. I'm hopeful. There we go. I'll exit. So between the Warshade and the Peacebringer, I have played some and a little, but I don't know which is which. I need to talk to Ms. Liberty. Wanted to check if that's one of the big ones or not. Resurgence. I can't remember. It is one of the large ones. So I can make a chunk of money. I don't have the fee for it yet. Got it. I don't have the money yet for it. Let's see. Ebon Eye. Another beam. Gravimetric fibers to snare. Oh, who needs a snare when we just killed them? I think Ebon Eye is the way to go. Let's see. And we'll move off that one for now, I think. Train up to the next level. Defeat Lieutenant Saxon and crew. Well, that's an appropriately Germanic name for a Nazi. Wrong way. Well, I bet they did not see me coming. Oh, right. So, we know that the neo-Nazis have bunkers in Paragon, and yet they have bunkers in Paragon. Hi. Oh, that's right, I moved that one. Find the encryption cipher. I missed. Punching Nazis. Yeah, that. There we go. A level. How nice for me. Oh, hello. Hoping I didn't see you? No such luck, my little friend. You have another jail back here? We do indeed. There's got to be something wrong with your organization. Even if the dues are inexpensive. If your little clubhouse has prison, has jail cells, and not like one or two, but like a dozen. The ghost ship has disappeared from Independence Port. So there you go. You asked. So yes, the ghost ship is a thing. I don't specifically know what the deal is with it, so to speak. Oh, there's another one. Hi. I didn't see you there. I hope you don't feel shorted by that. So, this does not appear to be the room that has the bad guy we're looking for, or the cipher we're looking for. This way. If I could walk that way. Sorry. I used that joke the other night. Last night, I think. I even explained it. Lieutenant Saxon. How very Anglo of you. We've defeated him and the cryptographic device. A clue found. I am clueful. I am with clue. I am no longer sans clue. Back to Shadowstar. Shadowstar for you to see. Old guy music reference. Train me, Mommy. You have unlocked access to a new power set. Yeah, but I don't really need a travel power since I get factory installed teleport. So, obviously, I think anything named Dark Nova is the one you have to take. But Orbiting Death, it seems pretty good too. Orbiting Death. I have oh, and it looks cool too. The Orbiting Death. There was I made the right choice. Clearly, the correct decision was made. These new codes will help greatly. I'll make certain that the proper people receive them, and that you get due credit for your bravery. It's no secret that we have many foes and many potential allies who will find it difficult to trust us. Though we've severed our ties to the Nictus and now oppose them, it'll take time for others to believe that we've changed. You face a long battle ahead of you, but you've already won the greatest battle by turning to a new path, the path of a hero. I remember when you came to us, you were so confused and uncertain. Now, when I look in your eyes, that uncertainty is gone. It's a place of growing confidence that you will see you through many dark days ahead. I will be glad to help you with anything you need. Clockwork, or Sarah Peters, an FCC investigator, tracking illegal radio broadcasts. Well, let's go kick some more Nazi ass, I think, rather than the poor innocent machines that are the Clockwork. I like the sound of my fashionable yet sensible heels on the floor. Am I invading your space? I'm sorry. Oh, Ebon Threnody, Shadowstar told me to expect you. You should hurry. I hear these council soldiers are already on the move. You've got to get to the warehouse and find crate 878932 before they do. Get it to Azuria in City Hall. I'll be safe there. Good luck, Ebon Threnody, with whatever you do. Don't look inside the crate. Oh, that's going to really make me want to look inside the crate. I wouldn't have looked inside the crate before, but now, if I have the opportunity, I am definitely looking inside the crate. What are you going to give me next? A flying carpet that only works as long as I don't think of the word camel? In the distance you hear shouted orders and sounds of heavy boots on cement floors. Achtung! Schweinhund! Schweinhund! That's an old game reference. The very original Castle Wolfenstein game for the Apple II. Nod Knox, you are an old man. I say that with admiration. Or at least you were exposed to quality gaming when you were a young pup. so to speak. Yeah, I think a lot of people would be surprised to find out that that's how Wolfenstein got its start. $878. Not. This is not the one we're looking for. We got to move in close so he can get our orbiting death blows things in. First tennis convention that someone had dragged in a computer to let the kids play some games while we waited for the matches. Killing Nazis kind of shocked some parents. Well, yeah, it would. Achtung, Schweinhund, Schweinhund. It had actual voice. The original Apple II Plus, the easiest data input, the kind I had before I got a floppy drive, was from a cassette drive. A standard, old-fashioned, plastic cassette drive. And they had done, I think iMuse was the name of the company. They had done a clever hack that if you hooked up a microphone to the jack that was meant for use with a cassette recorder, you could speak directly into the computer and it could digitize it. So it could do very simple voice digitization in 1979 or 80. And that's how they got the voices in for the original Wolfenstein. Pretty sure it was iMuse was the name of the company. They also did Robot Wars, which I spent an enormous amount of my youth playing. Well, not really youth, I guess. As I was pretty much like all grown up. I mean, legally I was grown up anyway. I was working a job while going to college. Unsurprisingly, the game I was working, I worked in a game store. Well, that's a level. I can hear more thrumming. You can't fool me. I hear the thrumming. Probably not the thrumming we want, but it's the thrumming we've got. Ding 5. That's not the one we want. All right, we got some Nazis up here we can beat up. Hi, guys. All right, that got him. We've still got our buffs. They're going away. They're going away. He came back. Not necessarily the smartest fella around. I mean, really, would you come back to fight anyone who had these purple things rotating around him in a most unsettling fashion? I don't think I would. These purple, glowy bits of terrifying awfulness? No, I would not. Is this the crate we're looking for? Ladies and gentlemen? No. Is this your crate? Yes. Victory is ours. We get the appropriate triumphant music. Bye, guys. I hate to beat up Nazi butts and run, but no, I don't. Back to Shadowstar. I like to make an appearance, you know, flashy. Azuria tells me that the contents of crate 878932 are safe in Magi Vaults. She didn't want me to speak of this to many people, but you've earned the right to know. The artifact within is known as a looking lens. What? What? Some people might call it a magnifying lens? I had no idea. I actually had no idea there was a thing named lens in here, but a looking lens. It's close. We normally would call it a looking glass. By peering through it, you can see the very desires of the people around you. That's why you had to keep the crate closed. Ebon Threnody, there is some information that no one is meant to have. But we have the internet now, so if there's any desires you have, it's out there on the internet somewhere. I have unconfirmed for... Oh, we got clockwork or clockwork. We need to cull the clockwork numbers. Or unconfirmed invading the offices of Grauman Technologies. Well, let's go with Grauman Technologies. That's an interior. So we're guaranteed on the level range of the mobs as being appropriate, more or less, for us. Paragon City, birthplace of tomorrow, today. Well, before we head over there, let's try. Miss Liberty. Twin Shot is hanging around, being annoying, because that's her job. Don't postpone today what you can ignore tomorrow. I agree. And don't do today what you can put off until tomorrow. It may surprise you to learn that I myself once earned the Procrastinator of the Year award. I haven't gotten around to picking it up yet, but I will soon. And yes, that is a really old joke. But I'm a really old joker, so that's pretty much all I've got, you know? Wait, I had a big green. What happened to the big green I had in there? Is it still in the AH dump? I think it probably is, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well... There, I got 15,000 influence for it. Almost tripling my funds. No twin shot, please. Please, no twin shot. Oh, God, it's not twin shot. I'll probably have to end up doing them anyway, but no, twin shot, please. I've just done those quests so many times, and the character's so annoying. Actually, I have no idea. Truthfully, I have no idea if it's actually an old joke or not. It's a joke I've used for years. I would assume a whole lot of other people have made that same joke. It's a Sprocket. Mein Gatten Himmel. It's a Sprocket. I have to learn the cause of the clockwork attack. Oh, nice miss. I'm going to ignore that so-called joke that they're wound up about something. I'm going to ignore that because I wish I had made it. I hope you understand. It's nothing personal. Just that's a joke I should have made. I'm going to punch the Cannon Knight in the face a lot. Well, I'll be having my jolly old time tomorrow night. I have acquired the appropriate beverages for tomorrow night's celebration. Yep, we got more of them up there. Well, if I don't need to fight him, though, why bother? Oh, he's a bigger Cannon Knight than I'm comfortable with, but... My energy's getting a wee bit low. Oh no, it's whatever I am drinking in that stage in my life. In the past, it's been booze. It's always been booze. In the past, it's been beer, the other B word. There was a particular occasion where it was a 3-day bender of vodka and lemonade. Do not recommend when you have the makings of an ulcer already, as I did at the time. It wouldn't surprise me, although I don't specifically remember. I didn't have a lovely evening one time with Tanqueray Rangpur gin and tonic, also a favorite of the past. My drinking selection and variety has changed a great deal over the years. But it's been vodka for quite a while now, simply because the next day I don't have a hangover. I have very low energy. I don't have enough energy that I want to do anything. So I don't even I generally don't stream, although I sometimes even stream. I just have no ambition to get anything done after an evening of drinking vodka. But I have no other of the classic hangover effects. I just don't get those anymore. So that's why I stick with vodka now. I can drink and not regret it the next day. Yours has stayed the same. You find all alcohol vile to the taste, and the second I found an alternative. I took that over alcohol. Completely understandable. And I tried legal cannabinoids here in California, and I didn't like the effects. If I'd gotten a comparable sort of elation effect from those, I would be using those instead of booze, for sure. And I consider as a societal problem, alcohol is far, far, far worse. That's another level for me! Yeah, I have a couple other friends who really dislike the taste of everything with booze in it. So, I completely understand. And when I was young and, ask my dad for a sip of whatever beverage he was drinking, I found them appalling then too, so. Oh yes, definitely far, far, far more socially accepted, but I think obviously and undeniably worse societally, alcohol. Mind you, abuse of pot also has negative effects. A lot of people think it has no negative effects at all. No, it's got them. But as a societal thing, and I think I would expect even on the individual level, you'd have to really booze it up for it, or I should say pot it up, however you wish to describe that, for it to come anywhere close to the negative effects of alcohol. And I say that as a boozer. Alright, one of his guards is alive somewhere. These guys, I'm going to assume. I like how I keep beating him after he's already down. This should be it. Ba-ba-da-bum-bum. That was it. Giggles and munchies versus domestic violence and liver cancer. Cirrhosis. I'm not sure. I mean, the liver cancer probably, yeah. No, that was kind of what I didn't like about it, was the two different varieties I tried. One made me feel like I was going to fall over. Not sort of pleasantly drunk, but like I was incapable of standing up, right? And the other one made me feel dumb. I just didn't like the effects. Yeah, and also, well, the munchie's also not good for me. So, we all get to pick our poison as adults. And no poison at all is also a completely legitimate choice. Not for me, but in general. Dark Nova. Chaldeans are master of energy and matter. A Warshade can transform into a flying energy beast known as a Dark Nova. When you choose this power, you'll have access to 4 very powerful ranged attacks that can only be used while in this form. You'll not be able to use any other powers while in Dark Nova form. Dark Nova can fly, has increased chance to hit, and improved endurance recovery, but it has no defense. So like a blaster, but even more blastery? I'm going to go with Dark Nova because obvious. Orbiting Death and Dark Nova? I mean, yes, please. One choice for primary and secondary power sets. Yes, I believe that is correct. Well, I think it's the same for the villain sides with the Widow and Arachno Soldier, I think. It's been a while since I played those. I've got both of those up to like a 20s level. Alright, so if we convert ourselves into a Dark Nova... Oh! I am so sexy. So I can still fire the Ebon Eye, along with the Nova Bolt, the Nova Blast, the Nova Emanation, and the Dark Nova Detonation. Well, that's a nice howdy-do. Defeat Deferential Lens Guards. I did. I will contact Shadowstar. Good work, Ebon Threnody. I'm afraid I can't tell you why the Clockwork were trying to destroy those robot parts. Perhaps the Clockwork King fears that someone else will produce better robots than his. If I were him, I wouldn't worry. His creations are remarkable. If only we could figure out how they work. I have tentacles, so I guess of some use to some individuals. Yes, that's true. My character is a female, so that's going to confuse those interested in hentai and the Irutsukadoji viewers. An absence of shadows. I have a very important matter that needs investigation. I have to allow this one. It has been allowed. I'm a flying strap-on, I suppose. Yeah, that would be one explanation for it. I hadn't considered that. I probably would have preferred to never consider it, but now that I have, yeah, that's possible. I would like to call your attention to this grave mission. Recently, one of our fellow Warshades, called Shadowcatcher, has disappeared while investigating a routine kidnapping by the outcasts. He's not been seen in any of the city hospitals, and none of the Freedom Phalanx I've spoken with have seen him during the course of their duties. It's as if he has disappeared from the city. I worry that something terrible has befallen him, and so would like to ask you to find our missing comrade and bring him back safely through whatever troubles have come to him. Shadowcatcher, not Soulcatcher. Soulcatcher, of course, would be a character from one of my very, very favorite... that's right, I fly now. I don't... It's not a fast flight. I don't teleport anymore, though. Right. All kinds of tentacles, actually, I have. I have so many tentacles. Oh. I'm creeping myself out. It is an achievement for getting auto-modded 10 times. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the sort of thing I think that Twitch would lean into. Party size. Thank you again, Nodnox, for your appalling insight. It's Volt. Or a Volt. One of the two. I'm not sure. Well, let's see. So we have to manually push these buttons, I guess. Okay. We've got nice ranged. Writhing. Well, withering could be too. I mean, if, for instance, it, devoured life essence, that would be withering. And the purple glow and tentacles are not inconsistent with devouring life essence, It looks like the sort of thing that would devour life essence. I have to rescue Henry Myers. Well, let's move close and try the Nova detonation. Ah. This is not good. Sometimes you just gotta know when to get the hell out of Dodge, you know? Are they coming after me? Any reason for my character to use the look made, or is hentai form superior in all ways? My assumption is hentai is far more specific since it has no defenses. I'm going to take a quick knee. So I would assume that is more a form for group play. Because with no defenses, I have to run away. A pocket blaster is not a bad description. My understanding is they leverage being in a group specifically, in that their power increases when they're in a group. I think it's more so on the Peacebringer side, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's more so on the Warbringer. Anyway. I just did a really brief lookup of what the deal was with these two characters because I didn't remember basically anything about the classes. I knew I wanted to make one today, at least one. Didn't know which. So I went with this guy. The Warbringer, Peacebringer, Warshade. Peacebringer, Warshade. You say potato, I say potato. Let's call the whole thing off. I'll stop singing at you. I promise. For now. I have received my first piece of invention salvage. So I did follow one of the guides and ran a few of the player designed missions to get some currency, and it took, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes for me to run through it like 3 times and get enough currency to make a quick like 800,000 influence at level 6. Also get a good number of levels as well. We've got the lead shocker. The lead shocker. You're lucky if you don't know that reference. Very few folks you've encountered that start to sing badly after ingesting enough to be happy in excess. Yeah, I've never been one to do the get drunk and sing at people because I'm not inherently a cruel person. I have to defeat all of the kidnappers. Of course I do. Of course I do. What was I thinking? Of course I have to defeat them all. Why? Because it's an MMO. And they have to make life hell. Oh, I missed. Whiff, 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 whiff. He has a very angry face. I have to defeat them all, not just the ones in the area, but all of them, all of them. Oh, why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to anyone? Drank some silly amounts of alcohol and moonshine in your youth. Dancing was done, but never a one. Never a tone. Ah, I see, yes. Well, I will occasionally sing a little to punish humanity. I draw the line at dancing. I am certain that me dancing is explicitly forbidden in the Geneva Conventions. So I would never even try. So in this case, we would each respectively be choosing our poison, and your poison would be the dancing, and if I've got to, I'd go with the singing. Dance every day at home? No, it's... And there's somebody up there, and I need to get rid of them, too. Kids and wife also do sometimes. Well, I mean, if you're good at dancing and comfortable with dancing, then sure. I know that explicitly lets me out. Victory is mine. I am once again the hero I deserve. Hey, if it makes you feel better, absolutely. If your wife doesn't mind. If the kids don't mind, that's even better. If the kids do mind, sorry. Aggravating the kids, I think, is always a plus. Doopity-boop. Contact Shadow Star. An ambush? Shadow Catcher cut down by blinding flashes of light? I can think of only one explanation, but it's impossible. Sunstorm gave his word. He promised me that this would not occur. He promised that our truce would hold. We'll have to see if he is keeping his assurance that we would not be attacked by Peacebringers, despite our Nictus histories. This is not over, Ebon Threnody. It has barely begun. If there is any truth to Henry Meyer's story, then the Peacebringers are the ones responsible for Shadowcatcher's disappearance. When the Peacebringers arrived, I had feared they would see no difference between us and the Nictus, eradicating us despite the fact that we have turned away from the spiral of destruction, but Sunstorm, their leader, was willing to believe in us. He promised that he would control the more zealous of the Peacebringers. Now we must know if he was telling the truth. You must confront Sunstorm and tell him what we have learned. Gotta say, Sunstorm, a little pretentious, but Shadow Star, about 5 times as pretentious. Well, he's just a short distance away. Or she. He. This is a grave accusation, and I would like to thank you for bringing it to me. Before we came to Earth, it would have been a likely scenario. When I was just a Chaldean Perhelion, I sought the destruction of all Nictus without reservation or regret. Thinking back, I probably slew some who were trying to change their path like you, Warshades, here. But I am both Perhelion and Officer Benjamin Carter now, and because of that I regret my earlier lack of forgiveness. There are still zealots in our rank, but I know them, and I can control them. I can assure you that no Peacebringer was involved in the disappearance of Shadowcatcher. However, I may still be able to help you. Benjamin Carter still has friends in the police force, and they've heard that an outcast boss named Broken Storm has ordered that kidnapping, but that he was doing it for someone else. I never met Shadowcatcher, but I've heard good things about him. I hope you find him alive. Well, he seems reasonable. So, obviously, he's guilty as hell. Just kidding. Probably. I gotta say, these guys or anyone with a teleport power would make a really terrible stalker character. Because they have a gong announce them everywhere they go. That just seems not great for a stealth class. I bet there are mods to change. There are mods that change, for instance, the thrumming sound you get from the glowies. There are mods that change, that turn off the background music when you're in character creation because it's a relatively small loop and can get annoying. So I bet there are mods that fix it or change it. In fact, I'm going to do a quick check. Just going to check real fast. Just really fast. It's open. I will do a search for teleport. Teleport SFX mod. Gives teleportation a more natural sound effect, somewhat magical, but more along the lines of Nightcrawler. I would assume that there might very well be more, but there's at least one. So there you are. It's not as bad as the lunge sound from last epoch. Holy distortion hell, that was bad enough for me to just close Rex's stream when he was playing it. I don't remember the lunge specifically. There's an awful lot of these guys around. Why are there so many around, is my question. Holy crap! Time to go! Time to go! What was that? They have a gun, apparently, that's particularly tuned to us. I'm guessing that's what that was. My brain is distantly telling me that that's what we're dealing with here, is that they have a gun that is, in essence, tuned to obliterate us. So he's got to be the first one to go. That much is obvious. Quantum Gunner. All right, we got him. Oh, there's another one. Holy crap, got it. All right, a level up is nice. We'll finish him. The Quantum Gunner's got to go. He's gone. I am not a fan of the Quantum Gunners. Roland was a warrior from the land of the midnight sun. See, I sung just a little. A great song by Warren Zevon. We've got a chiller, and neither of these dudes have the bad gun. So we don't have to worry about them using the bad gun on us. I missed. I missed again. we have to be extraordinarily careful about the people with the bad guns. By the way, the song that I did the one lyric from is Warren Zevon's Roland the Headless Thompson Gunner. An absolutely awesome song. If you're not familiar, Warren Zevon is best known for Werewolves of London. We got a quantum gunner again. Got him. I need to take a moment, get my health back up. Or my endurance back up, I should say. We've got a couple of goobers. I don't think none of them are gunners, so... The bad gunners is all I'm really afraid of in here. They've got a quantum gun. They're evil. And no mercy will be shown. Because they're bad. Etc. Hi. I'm Ebon Threnody. I'm here to give you a nice rest. It's Match. Or he's a Match, I'm not sure. It's hard to know if that's their name or it's like their job description. There's 4 of them, which means there's probably a gunner in there. There's a gunner in there. We don't like the quantum gunners. Rolling the headless quantum gunner. All right, we got him. More invention salvage. Which reminds me, I need to yoink a bunch of stuff out of my mail and just vendorize that, now that I understand the monetization, in-game monetization a bit better. We lost too many men last time. They ask too much, though the reward is tempting. That was said by Broken Storm. Who's the person I have to defeat? So... he missed. The Quantum Gunner missed, fortunately. Yeah, he didn't miss that time, but I didn't miss him either. Got him. Yeah. Quiet night tonight. Assuming those numbers are correct, give me just half a second. Yeah, looks like the numbers are right. Weird. For whatever reason, really quiet night tonight. We'll contact Shadowstar. This becomes stranger. Who could be paying the outcasts? Why would they want to target us? And what makes poor Henry Myers so important? We're left with many questions, and the only answers will come by walking into the outcast trap. But they've got these big, ugly guns. I don't wanna. An absence of shadows. Through your diligent efforts, we're now closer to learning what has become of Shadowcatcher and who is employing the outcasts. Unfortunately, the only way to find out is to spring the outcasts' trap. It is certain that the outcasts, or whoever is employing them, are preparing some vicious surprise to use against... Yeah, it's a big-ass, unpleasant quantum gun ouchie machine. Technically. Alright, so in the way of enhancements, we're going to sell all of those, plus we're going to grab a bunch out of our emails that we mailed to ourselves from different characters because I was trying to move them around, and it's a long story. Pardon me, going to take a sec here. I really like mailing things to myself, didn't I? Are any of these usable by this spec? They're all too high level, but I suspect most of them are going to not be allowed by because of their origin. So I'm just going to cash them all in for limitless wealth. My riches know no bounds. Level 7. Ah, so here's the skills for when I'm in Dark Nova form. I kind of wish they were sort of inset a little to show that. Let's see. But we do know that Ebon is in both. So I'll go ahead and add one there. We'll add one there. Shauna Stockwell is looking for something. So if I were to say, oh, I don't know, buy some level 10s, we could use 3 accuracy and 5 damage, I think. Inexpensive enough. We'll slot these into the places I know I need them. And now we'll do more damage with all of our class attackies. Our orbiting death will now be doing 38% more damage. Same with our Ebon 38.4, I believe, exactly. So, yeah, that should help. Alright, and our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to spring the trap. It worked for Obi-Wan, right? Next step, spring the trap. Brilliant idea, Obi-Wan. Alright, I'm buffed and badass and ready to kick some. Where is Henry Myers? However, we still do not want to play around with those damn gunners. Assuming there are any more of them in here, which I'm going to assume there's a decent chance of. Slicer, chopper, chopper. Who doesn't like a slicer and a chopper, you know? Slice, they chop. Great julienne fries and ornamental garnishes. How much would you pay now? But wait, there's more. We've got more bad guy outcasts. How's that wall taste, punk? I'm going to take a quick knee to get my endurance back. It's exhausting. Kicking the living crap out of these bad guys. It's just so tiring. Chopper, chopper, chiller, chopper, slugger, and chopper. Still not seeing any of the extraordinarily unpleasant gunners that we ran into last time. Oh, there's, quote, Henry Myers, unquote, who looks suspiciously like Circle of Thorns, which it says that he is. Huh. Now that my disguise is torn away, blah, 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 blah. I was a fool to come here. Sure, we'll go with that. Well, I found him, and I leveled up. And I bumped. So there's that. Ding 8. Pardon me. Ms. Liberty. Shadow Blast, Starless Step. Teleport moderate distances extremely quickly. These quick teleports surprise foes, giving your next attack a small to hit advantage. Its power can be used up to 3 times in a row before it starts recharging. Note that Starless is unaffected by range changes. So I'm going to go Shadow Blast. A much more powerful yet slower version of Shadow Bolt. Shadow Blast sends focused negative Nictus energy at a foe. This attack can knock down foes and leave the target's attack rate and movement slowed. Away I go, so to speak. We will now rearrange. Let's see. That there. That there. That there. Those two. Yeah, that's melee, range. Yeah, we can definitely throw away that one. Remove from tray. Obviously, we're not actually throwing it away. That would be wasteful. Contact. It is unbelievable, but now that we know the truth, it makes sense. We assumed that Henry Myers was a credible innocent caught up in this plan, when in fact he was a part of it. He lied to you when you rescued him, to put you on the wrong track, and to help distance us from the Peacebringers. Through your brave efforts, Mr. Myers' deception has failed, but this is far from over. The scroll you found on the Circle Sorcerer, who called himself Henry Myers, tells us where the Circle are waiting to pay off the outcasts for their assistance. It seems too much to hope that we might find Shadowcatcher there, but there may be answers or a clue to his location. It's also the only lead we have, therefore you must go to the caverns, oh god, no, where the Circle awaits and battle him for that information you can find. Circle of Thorns Caves. I'm being punished for my sins in this and other lives. All right, we're going in. The cool darkness of these caves harbors a forbidding sense of dread. Oh, I detect a forbidding sense of dread. I also need to add a key mapping option in here. Scroll all the way down, game return, apply now. How big of a map? Fuck. That's a big map. Well, we've beaten up the first batch of many. Big map. Why do they hate freedom so much? 2 pieces of information to find. 2 pieces of information to find. Oh, hi. Hi, Guardian. Eat fist. Also, you may have a serving of fist, sir. Okay, it wasn't fist, really. It was more magical, dark, creepy glowingness, but potato. This is what we call a dead end. As a dyed-in-the-wool ARPG player, we hate dead ends. Unfortunately, the design team in Diablo 4 was unaware of the fact that we all freaking hate dead ends. Good evening. You can't blow up in time if I kill you first. Whew. That was rather closer than I would have liked. Good evening, Axel. Okay. How about I just beat you up the old-fashioned way with my Nictus fists? Technically Nictus-infused fists, because I'm human with a Nictus cohabiting. So, if a Nictus and a human can sort of join together, where the Nictus infuses the human with Nictus powers, the same being true for a Chaldean, do they find people who are willing to join themselves, or do they simply ask permission to use, say, a brain-damaged, brain-dead human body that's still alive? Would that work? Could they function? I have questions. We still haven't found any of the 2 pieces of information we're looking for. And I think this is a dead end, so I don't think we're going to find any in here. This is indeed a dead end. I have managed to find 2 dead ends. This disappoints me. I do not like dead ends. I do not like them, Sam-I-Am. I do not like green eggs and dead ends. And this is going to join back into the main cavern where we've already been. Yes, it is, but oh, we have another life mage. How about a knockback for him? Give him a knockback. Whoop. It helps if you hit the right keys. I would imagine that hitting the right keys is one of the keys to success. Do the Warshade missions. I am familiar with the fact they exist, but don't really know much about them. So that's don't know, because I don't really know what's involved. Are they solo? Group? A Warshade screams for Dax as the name Trill from Star Trek. Hydrate and stretch. Well, Major Kicks is here, so pardon me while I suck and walk. 2 quick laps around the chair, you know. Oh, you must have heard that one. My upstairs neighbor heard that one. 1 lap. Do you know that 4 laps is a mile? It's true. Right. I'm winded. Wait, no, I passed wind. That's very different from winded. Never mind. Good evening, Major Kicks. And oh, good, it's a life mage of my level. Charming. Is that an SBF emote? All right, knockback, please. Very nice. I appreciate the knockback working exactly as one would hope it would. And now this guard has made a career-limiting maneuver as he gets punch suey. It's like chop suey, except instead of chopping, I punch. We are still looking for 2 pieces of evidence. Oh, is this the 7-layer room? I like a 7-layer burrito. I do not like the 7-layer room. Guardian, Hordling Lasher, and Guardian. Why do you guys have to do me like this? Is this strictly speaking necessary? Yeah, why don't you come over here and... I missed. Did we get them all? Yes. I'll need to take a knee here as I'm clearly exhausted. Well, maybe not clearly, but I am exhausted. Not me, personally, I'm fine. I mean, busy day, but, you know. Ooh, that's got to be one of the clues. It's a shiny, a glowy, perhaps even a humming thrummy. It is thrumming. And is it? 1 clue. Find info on the circle plans. I will assume that I have to go deeper. Indeed, there's the altar. It's always nice when you get one of those maps where they actually show you where you're supposed to be going. Oh, God, that's going to ruin my shoes. Then it's Ebon Threnody. For a moment, I feared we'd gotten someone other than the Warshades involved. And who said that? That was said by a madness mage. That's just crazy talk. Because he's a madness mage, you get it? It's Your interference in our affairs ends here, Ebon Threnody. He has put me to sleep. Fortunately, I'm a light sleeper. Okay. I have to find the info on the Iron Circle plans. Rev 2. Electric Boogaloo. There's the altar. And some bad guys. A nice little beating for him. And him. Is this mission complete? Drumroll, please. No. Oh, pardon me again. Ladies, gentlemen, definitely the children. I'm going to mute. Thank you. Defeat all circle in the caves. Really, developers who put stuff like this in games, just fucking go work in a McDonald's. You're bad at your job, and I'd rather have you be bad there than bad here. Now I realize this was designed many years ago. I don't care. This kind of crap was never acceptable. Ever. And now I get to try and figure out if I've cleared out every single room in the place. It's especially bad in a location like this. Oh, well, I got lucky. I almost cleared it all out. Still, my objection stands. It is just an absolute dog shit game mechanic. Because the best case is it's just terrible. There was a case, they had some new content in Star Trek Online. And it included a kill-all in the last room, and one of the mobs had fallen through the architecture. And that was it. I'd spent 45 minutes working on a quest that I couldn't finish, because one of the mobs wasn't killable. And that was just a few years ago. 2-3 years ago. Shadowstar. These notes you discovered are more vile than words can say. The Circle of Thorns wants to study us to improve their own techniques of possession? That alone is abhorrent. But they seek to study the Warshades, the very ones who have turned our backs on the vile, forced possessions of the Nictus. Compounds this horror. I weep to think of what the Shadowcatcher has already been exposed to. However, there's not much more we can do yet. We are out of leads now, and the Circle is unlikely to give us any clues we need. There must be a way, but I cannot see it yet. Sunstorm, the leader of the Peacebringers, is asked to speak with you. I don't know why, but it will likely be to demand an apology from both you and I for the accusations brought against him and his Peacebringers. I will speak with Sunstorm, but I will call him Sunstrom, because that's actually a cool name. Sunstorm, kind of pretentious. Also, I'll come over with wet feet, because he's like a storm and on fire and stuff. I thank you for coming to see me, Ebon Threnody. I know that relations between Peacebringers and Warshades are not always easy, but I'm glad that we can speak. I have a number of friends within the Paragon Police who give me information. One of them recently spotted several suspected Circle of Thorns acolytes escorting a man to a private section of Seaside Parkland. The person they were escorting matches the description of Lars Mendelsohn, the human half of your missing Warshade Shadowcatcher. I'll give you all that I know. It may be a lead to help, find your missing man, and you can tell Shadowcaster that I wouldn't ask her for an apology. Before we were Sunstorm, Benjamin Carter was a cop, remember? It was a logical accusation to make. I can't blame you for that. Well, you can. Oh, rescue Lars, stop the ceremonies. Lars hasn't been around for a while. Lars was a regular around here for a number of years. A Russian national, young man. Occasional streamer. He was a Guild Wars 2 player originally. That's what brought him into me, but I also... Wow, there's a PPD detective there. I don't remember ever seeing him before. He doesn't want to talk to me. Can't blame him, really. I turned him on to Lord of the Rings online. He really enjoyed the game, despite having never read the books and never seen the movies. Last I heard, he had lost his soul and was playing Genshin Impact. Lars, we miss you. If your humanity ever returns to you, you're welcome back here. The salt sea air carries the sounds of ominous chanting from somewhere in the preserve. Of course it does. Warning, I'm not about to exit the zone. I'm not going anywhere. Find Lars Mendelsohn for rituals to stop. Okay, well, first thing I will do then is... Sorry, wrong button. I will turn myself into the Dark Nova shape because I can fly. And finding things in a map like this is so much easier when you just can fly. So my normal procedure is to fly around the outside of the map, find the limits. That way you can quarter the map more effectively. It's not unusual to get these larger scale outdoor missions. Whoop. And in my experience, just knowing how big the map is and what parts are in and not in is just a slightly faster approach. So I run a quick lap around the outside perimeter of the map. I'm going to assume it's going to square off from here. Nope, it didn't even square off. It squared off earlier than I expected. And then you just fly around and you look for the things you need to get, rather than fighting every single thing in the map. Alright, because we are looking for rituals to stop. Anyone up here? Any rituals up here? Can't tell if that's a ritual. Probably, because like they are all animated and stuff. Yeah, that was a ritual. Okay, now we know what we're looking for. We'll go back into our tentacled, horrifying visual imagery version of ourselves. It's not horrible. We're just differently beautiful. That's all. We've got another one. Oh, I missed my enormous number of punches. Attack. Alright, 2 more rituals to stop. That does not appear to be a ritual. Might be. Nope, doesn't appear to be a ritual. The rituals are like 3 of the vanilla dudes, the minions, with glowy green castery animations. I'm not executing the sound. Shut up. Shut up. Well, that's Lars. We're going to rescue Lars right now, then. Punches. Invention salvage. I believe that's rare invention salvage, and if so, I can turn around and sell that for like 300,000 influence. Thank you, Ebon Threnody. I must tell you what they've done. And then he runs off and vanishes. In lieu of telling me what they've done. Presumably, I'll get informed about it in a minute. Oh, we've got another next to the last of the dark invocations. One more ritual to stop. I have to stop the last ritual. Let's see, where are we with there? Okay, I'm going to guess it's probably over in that quadrant somewhere. The northwest quadrant. Up here, perhaps? No, not there. Not there. Oh. I thought that was pretty likely. I was pretty wrong. A couple of batches of mobs, but they were not doing the magic juju that we're looking for. We're looking for a specific flavor of magic juju. Not just any sort of random kind of, you know, funky thrown together magic juju. No, it's got to be real. Some kind of real ritualistic kind of magic juju. I have a great many tentacles. Not just in game, in real life. Oh, there we go. We got him. Could have sworn I went by here where the water was flowing. Didn't see him then, but I see him now. So. Hi. And again, I missed with all of my punches. What's up with that? Oh, don't run away so quick. Ba-da-bum-bum. Just run away. Victory is mine. Once again. When Shadowcatcher went missing, I never imagined it would lead us to something like this. Lars will receive expert care. What has happened to him is horrible, but it can still be mended. If we can reunite him with altered Umbra, then human and Chaldean can merge again and heal as Shadowcatcher. From the description of the Circle's intentions, the only way that is possible is your determined work. I must send my thanks to Sunstorm and my apologies as well for having so little faith in him. Apparently what they've done is they pried apart the human part and the Chaldean part. Lars Mendelsohn thinks he knows where the Circle is holding the crystal with altered Umbra in it. He's recovered enough that he's been able to provide enough detail to mount a rescue. Unfortunately, it is within the depths of a ruined sunken city, a place called Orenbega. That's like the home capital of the Circle of Thorns. You have rescued half of Shadowcatcher. Now the time has come to finish this and save Altered Umbra as well. But I think that's going to have to wait for next time. I think I'm going to call it here for the evening. As always, I'm grateful for you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. So, the plan is that tomorrow I will be celebrating Valentine's Day in my traditional way of enjoying adult leisure beverages and playing computer games on the internet. Those of you who have no better place to be, I will be here at the usual time of starting at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I will be enjoying adult leisure beverages to excess. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out. The plan is, in the short term, a few more days of City of Heroes. So tomorrow I'll be taking Thursday off and then probably back for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, more City of Heroes. Monday and Tuesday I'll be prepping for the launch of Last Epoch on Wednesday, and Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, I believe, is the starting time. I'll be playing Last Epoch on launch day. It's a really good ARPG. If you're not familiar with it, you might want to check it out. I've been playing in early access for a few years. I have 350 odd hours in it. It's a good game. And a lot of the PoE players and Diablo 4 players, including some of the Diablo 4 heavy hitters, like Darth Microtransaction and is it Raxanax? Name is something like that. Rax with lots of more X's to come, have been playing. And they seem to be enjoying it too. So, that's the plan for about the next week or so. Regardless, I will be back tomorrow night at the usual time again. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. I hope the rest of your Tuesday night goes great. Remember, tomorrow's Wednesday. That's hump day. Tomorrow night at this time, you'll be on the downhill slide towards the weekend. So, I'll be back then. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now.